Ah, Calissa, you're finally here.
Good morning, Father.
Have a seat, dear. Your father has some news he would like to share with you.
Alright, what's the news?
Well, your mother and I have been thinking that it would be an appropriate time for you to have a husband.
What? What?
What your father means is you need to get married in order to have an heir so you can keep the family running.
But why so sudden? I'm not even queen yet.
All the more to prepare, right? The earlier the better.
Well, what if I refuse to find a husband?
Refuse? Calissa, you know it's the rules. You can't.
Rules or not, I refuse to marry nor find a husband.
Oh, find one. You don't have to worry about that, dear.
Precisely. Look, Calissa, you're our only child. If you don't have an heir, who will rule the kingdom after you?
Fine. Wait, did you say I didn't need to find a husband?
Indeed, my dear. We've already planned that out.
Without my consent? Okay. Who did you choose to be my husband exactly?
Why, who would be a better choice than Prince Ilios of the Kyrith Kingdom?
Prince Elios? Someone who isn't from the neighboring kingdom and one who I barely even know? I'm going to basically marry a complete stranger?
His father, Darius, is a good friend of mine, so therefore you and Prince Ilios are going to spend the day together to be familiar with each other while his father and I discuss for the future preparations.
What?
This is an order, Calissa. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, Father.
Seems to me you have your viewpoints of the prince, princess.
Well, I've only met him once during a big royal event when I was really young, so I'm not sure how to respond to this kind of news.
Well, you will see and meet him for yourself, so you'll get your answer soon.
Maybe. But tell me, Sir Everard, what's your opinion on me getting married to someone I'm not quite familiar with?
I am but a guard. Nevertheless, I think that if you and the prince are okay with it, and are confident enough to build trust in each other, then perhaps it shouldn't be a problem.
I see. That makes me a little reassured now. Thank you.
Darius, it's been a while, my friend. Yes, we've missed out a lot, haven't we? How have you been? Very well. And you? Same old, same old. Ah, speaking of which, here's my son Ilios. Ilios, meet King Nicholas and his daughter Calissa.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Highness, and Princess Calissa.
The pleasure is ours, Prince Elios.
My, you've grown into a fine young lady, Calissa.
Thank you, Your Highness.
I think you and Prince Ilios will get along very well. Now, shall we discuss about our agreement? Indeed. Let's get started.
So, Prince Elios, would you perhaps like a tour of the castle?
Certainly, but just call me Elios. Prince is a little excessive.
Noted. Well, Elios, follow me.
So, this is your room. It has quite an admirable decor.
Thank you. I decorated most of it myself, with the help of the servants here, of course.
I see. So, when are we going to cut the formality act?
I thought you'd never ask. Being a royal is pretty hard, especially with all these high expectations expected of you by everyone.
Are you the only child?
Indeed, making it even harder for me. And you?
Oh, well, I have an older brother, so he's assigned to rule after my father. Following him is me, and another one is coming to our family in due time.
Congrats to you then. It must be nice having siblings.
Don't you have any friends or people to talk to within the castle?
I'd say one of the maids or guards around here, but other than them, not exactly.
Ah, so your father's a protective type then.
You could say that.
I see. Say, the sky looks a lot darker during the evenings. Is it always like this in your kingdom?
Huh? What are you referring to? No, it couldn't be.
it couldn't be what?
There was this prophecy I've read. A prophecy about a frost era, strong winter that would come, and creatures called Luzellians would attack kingdoms, but before that, 2 signs would be shown as warnings.
A frost and a prophecy. Wait, you're talking
Lord
about...
Cassius. Yeah, I am. People may have called him crazy in his time. Till now, even. It's a shame that many have forgotten and believed his stories as myths.
I would be lying if I said I wasn't one of them, but you seem so invested in this. How does this prophecy go exactly?
I'm pretty sure it goes something like... When the time of heat disappears, changes come which causes fears. A time of frost that shall arise, kingdoms hidden from prying eyes. 2 signs will be made manifest, warnings that should be addressed. If a heart is taken so light, it won't be long till winter strikes.
Huh, that's some prophecy, but wait, if this so-called winter is true then...
Yeah, I know, but I'll talk to my father about it, and let's see what he thinks.
So, how are both of you coming along? Made some progress getting to know each other?
Perhaps so, Mother.
That's good to hear.
Oh, Father, I'd like to speak to you about...
Yes. I wanted to announce that Darius and I have planned to host a grand ball tomorrow evening to celebrate your engagement.
What?
Father, is this true?
Indeed, my son. It would be a wonderful way to announce the news to the people of this kingdom, and since you both will rule it one day, might as well prepare the townspeople too.
But why so soon? We just got to know each other for a day, and you're planning to make it public already?
Of course. Like I say, the
We
earlier
don't
the
even know if this is going to work out.
Calissa.
May I remind you that this agreement was made without my consent? Haven't you thought for a second that maybe I would have had a different view if you had just asked? I suppose not, since you're always
Calissa,
so...
that is enough. As your father, you shall do as I say, whether you have a choice or not.
But
Not another word, young lady.
Excuse me.
I thought I would find you here. You made quite the scene back there. Very bold of you.
What are you trying to say?
You're bold for standing up and stating your opinion. And if you ask me, it's braver than anything I've ever done.
You've never stood up for yourself before?
I have, or at least tried once. It didn't exactly end well. Plus, despite the positive side of my father, he can be pretty fearsome when he's infuriated, so I tend not to.
Well, at least you can control your opinions. This sort of thing happens almost every time there's a discussion. I just can't control it. I can't help standing up to defend myself. Keeping quiet is just not my style.
Yeah, I witnessed.
Anyways, what did you come here for? To try and talk me out of it?
Nope. Came to have a bit of fresh air. It's just a little tight in the dining room with all those closed windows, you know?
Right.
So, this winter, does the book mention how it came to be? Or perhaps how we can stop it from occurring?
Well, for one, this winter was made by the first magic wielder as a curse to the kingdoms because of the first king's judgment to all wielders. Apparently, he was convinced by one of his eunuchs that since wielders contained powers, they could overthrow his kingdom easily, therefore causing him to banish wielders from all of the land, resulting to the curse of the frost. As for the second question, the book does not say.
I see. So, what happened to the first wielder after she cursed the kingdoms?
She disappeared and was never seen again, so no one knows for sure.
Ah, okay. Also, are magic wielders and bearers the same?
No, actually, magic wielders are those who can use and wield magic to their pleas, and certain wielders can wield or possess certain abilities. Magic bearers, on the other hand, are the ones who are born with magic and take in different forms, such as pixies, fairies, leprechauns, etc. Wielders can be taken in the form of us humans, so it would be hard distinguishing them. Oh, and they can't exceed the level of a bearer. It sounds confusing, but it'll make sense if you're a bookworm like me.
You sure do know a lot about them, don't you?
I like to research and learn in my spare time. Who knows, it could come in handy one day. The sky. Oh no.
What? Where are you going?
There is something I need to clarify in the book.
What are you searching for exactly?
When the first sign, that is, the darkened sky, is shown, there's supposedly a greater second sign to indicate that the frost is certainly coming. Here it is. After a darkened sky, the last sign before the deep frost is a great earthquake.
Calissa, look out!
Are you all right?
I'm fine, but we need to get down.
Under there!
That was tremendous. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
Not too much damage.
Princess Calissa! Oh, Prince Helios. Are you both alright?
Yes, we're all right. Don't worry about it. What about Mom and Dad? Are they safe? And King Darius, how is he?
Do not worry. They're all safe and sound.
But wait, the townspeople. We need to make sure the residents are safe. I'm sure they all must have been traumatized because of this incident.
Yes, your father is sending guards on the case, and they're on their way to the village. So rest assured, Princess. Now follow me. I have been ordered to bring you both to the palace bunker for a while, to keep you both safe in case another mishap strikes.
Understood. Oh, and Elios? Thanks for protecting me earlier.
It's an honor to serve you, Princess.
I am terribly sorry for the trouble this great earthquake has caused. It was truly an unexpected event. Don't apologize, my friend. It is, as you say, unpredicted. However, it was quite a massive earthquake, so I must return to the kingdom and to my wife as she is due with child. Of course, safety comes first for your family. I will not stop you. You have been good to me, Nicholas, and so we will return once everything is well. You are welcome any time, my friend.
Have a safe travel, Darius.
So, I guess this is where we part ways for now.
I believe so.
I've just met you for a day, and I feel like I already know a lot about you.
I feel the same way. But don't worry, we'll meet again soon.
Make sure to keep warm during the winter, alright?
Of course. I'll tell my father about it too.
Send my regards to your mom and the baby.
Will do.
Father, I need to talk to you about something.
Not now, Calissa. I have certain matters to attend to.
Father, this is important.
What could be more important than...
There's a great winter soon to befall every kingdom. A prophecy made by Lord Cassius indicates that this is something we shouldn't take lightly. Therefore, I ask you to permit me to go venture out to find a solution to this.
Calissa, this is no time to fool around.
But I am not fooling around, Father. This earthquake and this winter are all connected. Before we know it, this frost could last forever and it can ruin each and every kingdom. I have to do something.
And by that you want me to send you on a conquest to danger? Absolutely not.
But if you just let it slide, you'll put the people in danger. Not only them, but the whole world. Everyone here is barely going to survive. Not to mention, the next generations who face this calamity would just suffer even more if I don't go.
And what if something happens to you? I can't afford to lose you that easily from something no royal has ever tried to prevent.
At least let me try. If I fail, then I know I've made an effort, rather than just sitting here to attempt to survive the cold blizzard.
Calissa, it is meaningless to try if you are just going to fail. I'm sorry, but my answer is no. I'm not letting you venture out on your own.
But
this is the end of our discussion.
Why can't he just listen to me for once?
Your father is just worried for you. He doesn't want to risk it for a string of hope.
You don't get it, Mom. He's always been like this, even for the little things. He just doesn't get me.
I'm sure he will, one day. Just give him time. He is your father.
Doesn't mean he's always right. I'm going to prove to him that I'm capable of doing this alone.
Is Calissa not joining us for dinner?
Perhaps she has lost track of time and is in her room. I'll go get her now.
All right, thank you.
I believe it's time for dinner, Princess. Princess Calissa, are you asleep? It's time for dinner. Forgive me for the intrusion, but it's time for... Calissa? Huh? What's this? Your Highness, Calissa's gone.
What?
How could this be?
Guards!
Wait, Your Highness. I found this in her room. I believe it was written by the princess before she left. I think you ought to read it first, before anything else.
All right.
Dear father, if you are reading this, unfortunately I cannot come to dinner tonight. I've made up my mind to go and venture out into the woods and break this curse. Regardless of how dangerous this might be, I'm going to try anyway. Please do not send anyone after me to try and bring me back. I want to prove to you that I'm capable of doing some things on my own, and this is one of them. I hope to return safely after I've finished this quest. Please make sure to keep warm and take shelter during the frost, and ensure the townspeople do too. Your loving daughter, Calissa.
How dare she disobey me? No. I will make sure she comes
Let
back and...
her go.
But, Luciana!
I know our daughter, Nicholas. She won't just go and do things on her own if it isn't a serious matter.
You're just going to let our daughter run into danger like that?
Calissa is a strong royal. Knowing her, she isn't willing to back down, even if you send your strongest men after her.
But we still have no
Your
proof
Majesty,
that...
my apologies for interrupting. We've had reports of the air getting cooler and snowing falling to the ground.
What? Are you sure?
Positive, Your Highness.
All right. Sir Everard, I want you and your men to go to the townspeople and inform them to stock some food, and then to stay in their houses during the cold, as per the king's orders.
Understood, Your Highness.
Oh, and one more thing, Sir Everard. After you've done your task, I want you to bring someone in for me.
It snowed really hard overnight.
Yes, indeed. It caused Princess Calissa to flee from the castle as well.
Calissa ran away?
Unfortunately so.
She truly is a remarkable girl.
A Luzelian!
Are you all right?
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Now follow me. It's not safe to be out here in this frost.
Who are you exactly?
Call me Aiden.
Well, nice to meet you, Aiden. What just happened?
You coming?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
So, what's a royal like you doing out here in the woods? Especially in a cold winter such as this.
How did you know that I'm a royal?
I can sense it. It's within my blood to be able to sense something such as this.
Within your blood? You're a wielder?
Impressive. But that doesn't answer my question. Why are you out here?
I ran away.
Got tired of the never-ending luxuries, princess?
No. I'm on a mission to try and stop this winter. A prophecy was made about this by a person named...
Lord Cassius. Yeah, I'm aware of this winter.
Then you can understand why I'm on this quest.
Right. You got a name, princess? Or should I give you one myself?
Oh, right, Calissa Valdez of the Zizion Kingdom. If you don't mind me asking, what were you doing out here in the woods? I mean, I'm pretty sure you had no intention of even meeting me in this weather, so why were you out when you knew about this frost?
I live around here. It just so happens that I bumped into you.
You live in the woods?
Yeah, I grew up living here, so I know my way about.
I see. You know, I never expected I'd meet a wielder like you out here.
And why's that?
This section is within our kingdom's territory. Knowing the history between royals and wielders, it makes it rather unlikely.
Well, like they say, you must expect the unexpected.
Speaking of unexpected, those creatures you saved me from, they're Luzelians, aren't they? What are they doing all the way out here?
Must have been due to this winter. They only come out when there's no light after all, despite the temperatures.
But near our borders? It's really questionable. Which makes me also want to ask, don't you resent me?
If I were another wielder, then I would've. But due to a childhood friend of mine, I had a change of mind. Besides, it all happened in the past. It should be about time that we got over it.
Ah, right. It doesn't seem like that blizzard will be dying down anytime soon.
Yeah, we might be here for a while. You aren't in a rush anywhere, are you?
Not exactly, but I did think perhaps I could venture again when the blizzard is low.
Sounds to me you are. Well, if this mission is that important to you, then
What are you doing?
you'll see.
Your ability is to clear the weather?
I wouldn't say the whole weather. More like what the weather brings. Look, Cal, the blizzard has now ceased. So, huh? What is it?
You called me Cal.
Oh, pardon me. It's an impulse of mine.
No, I didn't mean it in a bad way. Suddenly, it's like I've heard someone else call me that before. I just can't remember who.
Well, you shouldn't put too much thought to it. It's probably a coincidence. Besides, you might get a headache if you think too much.
Yeah, you're right. But I guess it won't hurt if you call me Cal, though. Oh, and, thanks for clearing the blizzard, even though you really didn't have to.
It's alright. Besides, it's one of my skills, so why not put it to use, right?
I guess that's a fair point. So, this is where we part ways, I suppose?
Guess so.
Well then, see you around, Aiden. You know, if you wanted to accompany me, you could have just asked.
How did you...
Let's just say your stealth skills need some improvement. But why do you have the need to follow me?
Well, I thought perhaps maybe you need some assistance on your quest. Like they say, 2 is better than 1.
If I needed some assistance, I wouldn't be here alone now, wouldn't I? But I guess I do owe you one for saving me, and it wouldn't hurt to have someone along who knows just as much about this winter.
Guess I'm here to stay then. So, Cal, if you don't mind me asking, what exactly is your plan for your mission?
Oh, well, for now, I plan to go into the Luzelians' territory to try and find out why the Luzelians are involved in it.
So your plan is to go on a suicide mission?
Sounds about right.
Calissa, you can't just march in there without a proper objective in mind. Do you even know how these creatures are?
I'm guessing you have a better plan in mind?
Not a plan, but a friend. And their bloodline is very closely related to the Luzelians.
You're this willing to help me on the suicide mission, huh?
I'm staying for the long run, Princess. No turning back now. Plus, you want to know more about this winter as well as the Luzelians, right? Then I suggest you follow my lead.
Alright, Not again.
Calissa! Are you alright?
For some reason, I'd have these irregular memories, or a past that I don't remember happening.
How could I be so careless? Out of all times. We lost them, but there's no telling whether they're the only enemies.
Well. What do we have here?
Looks like some vulnerable prey.
Just hang in there, Calissa.
Oh, look. It's a wielder we're dealing with. This will be so much fun.
Back off! Don't you dare come closer!
Oh, I feel so threatened. What are you gonna do about it, wielder?
Is that all you've got?
Enough! Sorry, boy, but they're with me.
Why could you need both for yourself? At least let us have
Would you
one.
like to see why? I'd be happy to show you.
You win this time.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine, don't worry, but Calissa,
She'll need rest. So follow me and be careful. We don't want you causing any more commotion.
Thanks for saving us, Vivian. I don't think I would've... Ow! What was that for?
Did you have any idea what you tried to do? You know how limited your powers are. You could have gone out of control.
I know, but what else was I supposed to do? I couldn't do anything else to defend myself, otherwise Calissa would be vulnerable. And how much more if you didn't come to save us?
Fair points, but still, remember your limits.
Only when necessary. Speaking of which, how'd you know we were in the area?
I was out hunting, and I heard some cackling. It didn't take long for me to sense your aura, so I came to your rescue. Anyways, Calissa, isn't she your...
Yeah, she is. She's still susceptible to the spell I gave her a few years ago, but the memories come back when I make contact or do something that triggers it. That's why she turned out like that.
So, why are you two together then? Weren't you supposed to be away from her?
True, but I was sent on a mission by her father.
I want you to bring someone in for me.
Oh? Who should I bring in, Your Highness?
Aiden Wilkerson.
But, sir,
I know what he is, but he's well trusted. So, bring him here after you finish your task.
Yes, Your Highness. Guards, let's move. I have done as you commanded, sire. Here is Aiden Wilkerson.
It is a pleasure to serve His Majesty.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you, Sir Everard. You are dismissed. You may rise, Aiden. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Indeed, Your Highness.
But I'm sure you haven't forgotten about my daughter yet, have you?
By no means.
Well, Aiden, I have a task for you, if you are willing, of course.
Of course, Your Highness. I'm at your service.
As futile as this may seem, Calissa ran away to try and stop this winter due to a certain prophecy, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Now, I want you to go after my daughter and keep her safe. You are to accompany her without revealing who you were to her, or that I was the one who sent you. Also, while diverting her from the danger she runs to. Do anything you can to stop her from falling into fatal risk before her wedding.
Wedding, Your Majesty?
Ah, yes. A few days prior, we decided that she is to be married with Prince Ilios of the Kyrith Kingdom. But, as I've mentioned, this great winter has come upon us, and due to her fleeing from the palace, it has been postponed.
Ah, I see.
So, have I made myself clear, Aiden?
Crystal. I will make sure the princess doesn't fall into any risks.
I see. So, what made you think bringing her here to Vampire Valley isn't a fatal risk?
We were fleeing from Luzelians, and Vampire Valley was the closest kingdom to the spot we were in. Plus, I did plan to bring her to you eventually.
Right. Does she know about you being a wielder?
Yep, fairly expected of someone like her.
What are you going to do if she finds out about the whole contract with her father?
I'll make sure that doesn't happen, as well as trying to restrain myself to minimize triggering her memories.
Make sure you know what you're doing. And yep, I'm sure you've made enough contact for her to pass out like this.
Vivian!
Glad to see you back, Aiden.
You too, V. Cal, you're finally awake!
Huh? How long was I out for?
A couple of hours at least.
I see. Ow!
Hey, take it easy. You need to be well rested if you want to continue on.
Right. So, where are we?
Well...
Oh, you're awake.
Oh, don't be afraid of her. She's the friend I mentioned, and she too is willing to help you on your mission.
Vivian, nice to meet you, Your Highness.
You can call me Calissa.
All right then, Calissa. Welcome to my humble abode.
Oh, this is your place? I'm sorry for causing you the trouble.
No. It's a pleasure to serve Her Highness of the Zeusian Kingdom.
Enough with the formalities, Vivian. Just treat me how you would treat Aiden or any other person.
Trust me, Princess. You don't want me treating you like how I would treat Aiden. He's like a spoiled child.
I am not.
Well, that's solid proof you are.
Despite all of what's happened, it still shocks me that I was able to see and meet a vampire.
Well, what can I say? Some of us are just naturally attractive.
Uh-huh. Anyways, how are you feeling as of now? No headaches whatsoever?
I'm alright, but I am pretty hungry.
Well, lucky for you, Hayden just worked up a meal some time ago for when you wake up. It's just in the other room. I'll go heat it up.
I guess I owe you a lot, huh, Aiden?
Don't mention it. Like Vivian said, it's an honor to serve the Princess of Zeusian.
You guys are just too much. I really should eat something. Wow, I did not know you were a great cook, Aiden. This is delicious.
I mean, good food only comes with good appetite.
Maybe, but appetite or not, I'm pretty sure I'd like this either way. Perhaps I should hire you as my personal chef after this is over.
So, Calissa, I assume you have regained your strength back after the meal you've eaten?
Yeah, I think so. Why do you ask?
Well...
So about your plan into entering the Luzelians' territory. So, I told Vivian about it while you were unconscious, and we decided that we could help you to... improvise.
Alright, so what's the improvised plan?
Vivian?
I don't usually inform people I've recently met about this secret, but in this case, it's exceptional. You see,
I'll get it.
No, you stay here. It could be risky to let other vampires or any other unknown beings know you're here. Or even the princess, for that matter. It could blow away the cover I gave you both.
Right. Sorry.
Oh, it's you. Ugh. What do you want?
I, came to bring you some food, in case you didn't get any during the...
I got plenty. Thanks for your concern.
Ah, I see.
If that's all you came for, might as well go. I don't need anything from you.
Vivian, wait! You still resent me, don't you?
What do you think?
Vivian, you know that I would have done anything if I knew. You know that if I could change back time, I wouldn't have left.
But you can't. And I'm sure you at least had a thought that you wouldn't make it by then. But you still left without even saying goodbye.
Despite having that thought, I believed that they would have stayed a little longer by then.
You know they weren't strong enough to wait that long. You just left them to die.
I had to leave. I had to take the risk so I could try and restore them.
And did it restore them? No, it didn't. Xavier, their dying wish was to just see the both of us one last time, and you couldn't even give them that.
Vian,
Don't call me that like we're close. We've drifted apart long ago.
I'm sorry, but just know I'll always be here for you.
I don't think I'm the one you should be apologizing to.
Who was it?
Nobody important.
Ah, I see.
So, Vivian, what were you saying earlier?
Right, as I was saying, I'm not a full vampire. I'm half witch as well. So, using a spell, I covered this house so creatures wouldn't be attracted to your scent.
Whoa. I see. But, wow, I'm speechless.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool, but I don't like talking about it much.
Oh, alright, sorry. But may I ask, how does you telling me this help in improvising the plan?
Well, I thought maybe perhaps using the spells V is capable of, we could go around in secret with some sort of aura protection barrier. That way we won't have as much trouble with creatures lurking about, including Luzelians. So, that's settled then. Cal? Something wrong?
I don't exactly know how to use a weapon. And I want to learn how to use one, so you both won't have to worry about protecting me.
Huh. Well, today's your lucky day, because Aiden here is an expert with swords. He would gladly teach you.
You sure you're alright with it, Aiden? I wouldn't want to be a bother.
No, not at all. It's alright. Don't worry about it. Now that V's out hunting, what do you think of her place?
It's not too bad, actually. It's definitely a lot more than what I expected her place to be, but then again, she is a witch, so... Anyways, I don't want to butt into Vivian's business or anything, but seeing her outgoing personality, she seemed to resent that certain vampire earlier. I can't help but ask, why?
What makes you think that I'd know the answer?
Well, since you two seem to be close, I thought maybe you might have known. So, is he an enemy of hers or something?
I guess you could put it that way. Vivian and that certain vampire didn't exactly have a good past, so she doesn't like to interact with him much.
Ah, I see. By the way, your powers. Is controlling what the weather brings your only ability?
Well, it's my main skill at least, if you know what I mean. I'm able to do some simple ones connected to the elements, as well as merge a bit with other wielders, but nothing beyond that.
Are all wielders the same regarding this?
Not exactly. There's a variety of abilities each wielder possesses, and not all have a particular main skill, but each of us inherit portions of the first's magic, meaning one having other powers that the first did not possess isn't a wielder.
So that's how it is, huh? I see. I know I've already said this, but I really appreciate you helping me. I couldn't have progressed without you.
Yeah, well, you do remind me of an old friend I made when I was younger, and helping you would be like helping her.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to her?
She and I drifted apart and basically lost all means of communication.
Ah, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't mean to.
No, it's alright, you're good. I just haven't talked about her in a while, that's all.
Well, I'm glad I'm someone you can trust talking to about her.
That's because you are her.
Are you sure you can train without me around to watch?
Relax, V. You said it yourself. Vampires wouldn't be active during this time, and since the sun is out again, we shouldn't miss the opportunity.
Well, looking back at it, I'm starting to regret my words.
You have nothing to worry about. Plus, you have to look after your own self. You haven't slept for 2 days straight because of all of this.
I'm a vampire. I don't need sleep. I can get my energy through my meals.
At least get some rest. Please.
Huh. Fine. Only because of your please. Boy, was that cute. Wait until Calissa hears about...
You better not.
Okay. You better go now. The Princess of Zuzian seems to be really excited to learn. Remember to be careful. Don't go too far. There are still other creatures that could be lurking around.
Yes, Mother. Alright, we're off then. Rest well.
Alright, so what are we doing first? A cool strike pose, or complex combat, or maybe those jump shot strikes?
Cal, there's no such thing.
Well, excuse me. Other than this quest, this is the first time I got to do something not princessy.
You mean boyish?
Whatever. What are you doing anyway?
Preparing the training grounds. Now, let's get started with training, shall we?
What will you be fighting with?
You don't have to worry about that. Now, first things first.
Ain't no love like a real love, but it goes so fast, all tied up like a captive. I want you used to paint my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I've no patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Making me stronger.
Whoa, good job, princess.
Finally!
Seems like you're ready, Cal. Great job.
I wouldn't have done it without you, Teach.
It is pretty impressive, though. You managed to learn it in a maximum of 3 days non-stop, especially with all the snow around. It would normally take more than that.
Well, now that I've learned how to use a sword, I think we should get going soon. A lot of time has already gone by. Vivian, you know the way to the Lizelians, right?
Huh? Oh, no, I don't, actually.
Oh, how about your spells? Do you have any to point out their location, or a map that leads to them? Huh, so they're a lot harder to find than I thought. Wait, if we somehow get close to their territory, you'd feel their aura, wouldn't you?
Yes, but you know how huge the forest is, right? It could take us weeks to find it, even months.
That's alright. I'm willing to take the risk no matter how far or how long it takes, even if stopping this is the last thing I do.
Talk about real determination. I would have known how to find them if I was a superior.
What does you being superior have to do with their location?
I'm not sure if you know this, but our bloodline closely resembles those of a Luzilian. Not the physiques, just the traits.
So I've heard.
Yeah, not many know their origins. Neither do I, but when a vampire becomes superior, they're able to sense the Luzilian's aura. Or their territory, even if they're miles apart. The reason is still uncertain. I've tried researching, but I only end up with false hopes.
I see. Well, I guess we're down to searching till the end of the woods then.
Wherever you go, I'll follow. Vivian?
Okay, let's head out then.
Looks like a full moon is out tonight.
Yeah, and it's even more appealing seeing it out here than from my balcony.
What makes it more appealing out here?
Well, out here, it's like I feel even closer to it and I can feel its presence within. So, to me, the feeling is different. Like a feeling of freedom. And through its vast infiniteness, I met you.
Perhaps that's another reason Vivian likes the night so much too.
Maybe. Speaking of which, I never got to ask. How did you two meet, by the way?
Well, we met in this same forest. It was actually a few years back. I was in the woods exploring while trying to collect some wood for my father.
Don't go too far, Aiden. You know there are dangers in these woods.
Yes, father. What seems to be some good sticks? Oh no. I don't mean any harm, so I'll just be on my way now. I need to lose it somehow. If I could just... Oh no. Ed! Someone! Please help!
Hey, you creatures should pick on someone your own size. Are you alright?
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
It's a good thing I was around, otherwise you would have been dead meat.
Literally. I'm Aiden, and you are...
Vivian.
Aiden! Where are you, son?
Dad? I'm over here!
Are you alright? What happened? I heard you screaming for help.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm alright now. It was just a small creature, and its shadow was just intimidating. That's all.
Alright then. At least I know you're safe. Now let's go back. Your sister has already found enough sticks for the fire.
So that's how we first met. I kept meeting her every once in a while and we got to know each other, but eventually we got distant. That is, until you came along.
Pretty interesting story.
Isn't it?
Vivian, you were here the whole time?
Yep, was here in the part I came in. Though, nothing's changed. I'm basically still Aiden's savior at this point, since he keeps running in and out of trouble.
Makes sense, since you were the one who saved him too when I was unconscious, right?
Precisely.
Well, it isn't exactly my fault that I'm this charming to be chased after.
Your charm is going to be the death of you one day.
And that day will be the day you're no longer my savior. Otherwise, you'd prevent me from dying.
Please, I'm just being nice. I have to keep up my reputation too, you know.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad I was able to bring you two back together.
Well, I guess we have you to thank for that.
Yeah, thanks for bringing this charming of a guy back for me to save.
So, Vivian, felt any strong auras yet?
Not really, other than some small critters here and there. But don't worry, I'll be sure to tell you as soon as I feel something in the area.
Shh! Wait. I hear something.
A Luzelian?
No, it sounds like a river, or perhaps a spring in the distance. Come on!
Whoa. This spring, it's so...
Crystal clear, isn't it?
Exactly. But how? How is a spring this clean?
Well, Princess, this is the Brine Spring. It's a spring with a purity enchantment, given by the rulers of the Aflaria Kingdom so that animals or other beings can be able to drink from it.
Pretty thoughtful.
Hey, perhaps we could take a break for a while.
Sure thing.
That looks like a good spot to rest. Let's take a break there. Something caught your eye, Cal?
Everything is so alluring. I'm just still really fascinated that I got to see all of this beauty.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts, Princess.
I definitely will. Which makes me want to ask, do you mind if I just go and explore a bit?
I really don't think...
Actually, yeah, you can. It would definitely brighten your experience. Just make sure to stick around the area so you don't get lost, and be careful.
Got it. I won't take too long. See you both in a bit.
Why did you have to put a spell on me?
So you wouldn't interrupt me. And I wanted to talk to you, alone.
What could be so important that you let Calissa go alone in these woods? You know that her father expects her to return without a scratch. I can't just let her run into danger.
But if you refrain her from these things, she'll think something's up and will eventually begin to ask questions.
That doesn't matter. What matters is that she's vulnerable, V. She has no powers, and she's royalty for crying out loud. If something happens to her, then I'm gonna be the one responsible. I'm going after her. Vivian!
Aiden. Trust me.
You still sense her aura?
No doubt about it.
All right. So what did you want to talk to me about?
Your powers. You wanted to rest so you can regain your strength back, right?
I told you I'll be all right. If this helps in Calissa's mission and her returning back to her kingdom safely, then I'm willing to do anything for it.
Just because Calissa is willing to risk her life for this doesn't mean you should too.
So what? You're saying I should just disobey the king and let Calissa fall into fatal risk? I'm not doing this because I have to, Vivian. I'm doing this because I want to. I want Calissa to live and have a future, even if I'm not a part of it.
Stop thinking so half-heartedly. Even if you do end up having the final blow, you're just going to let her blame herself for bringing you along, and she's going to regret this for the rest of her life. Is that really how you want her future to take place?
Don't think that you're bringing up a point when you've done the exact same thing to Xavian. Vivian,
What does he have to do with this?
Why won't you forgive him? I mean, it's already been years since the incident happened, and I really think that you should get over it.
You expect me to get over it? Aiden, you weren't there when it happened. My parents were dying, and you know what Xavian did? He left. Why? 'Cause he believed there was a string of hope.
And yet here you are on this mission.
What are you talking about?
Haven't you noticed yet? Calissa's whole mission is her going on just for a string of hope. And she's even willing to risk her life for it.
Unlike her, Xavian wasn't risking his life. He left for what? The position of a superior so he could get restoration after my parents died minutes ago?
And how would you know what he faced? You haven't even talked to him since the incident. V, I know...
I don't want to hear it.
You're just as stubborn as your brother.
Don't compare me to that rogue! Stop trying to change the way I've lived my life when it was perfectly peaceful before all of this.
Peaceful, you say? The only way you'll ever find peace is when you learn to forgive someone.
Xavian doesn't deserve to be forgiven. What happened was way different than you think. He was able to fulfill his wish, but he never fulfilled theirs.
Oh, and you think you did? Let me remind you, their dying wish was to see you both together for the last time. You alone isn't what fulfilled it. I'm heading to where Calissa is.
Let's see if the princess forgives you when she finds out the truth about your contract.
Calissa? Are you out there? Calissa!
I may or may not have explored a little too far.
Great.
You both are coming with us.
Are you alright? You seem to be a little tense, and anxious, even.
Yeah, I'm alright, but are you injured anywhere?
Oh no, I'm fine, don't worry. I had wandered a little too far into their territory, and just got stoned before you came. No injuries whatsoever.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, where's Vivian? I didn't see her with you.
She's around. She just wasn't captured like the both of us.
Ah, I see. I hope we get the queen or her sister's favor here.
Have you all met before?
Yeah, but it was some time ago. It was a grand event for royals or rulers of each kingdom to be present. I've also met the queen's sister during that event, so...
Makes sense.
I present to you Her Highness, Queen Aurelia. Your Highness, if I may, we found these individuals lurking around within our grounds, and I thought that perhaps they might have some business here.
I see. I'll take it from here then. You are dismissed. Tell me, what is your purpose here?
Your Highness,
Sis! I finally did it! I was able to give life to this rose. See?
Good job, Ophelia. I'm so proud of you.
I'm so glad. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize you were busy. Calissa?
Hey, Fee.
I can't believe you're here!
Princess Calissa? Is that truly you? Wow, you've grown so much. I barely recognized you.
I believe my attire did make quite a difference.
So, what brings you here?
Well, we were supposed to be heading towards a different path, but we just so happened to stumble upon Brine Spring in your kingdom by accident.
Ah, But what would you be doing all the way out here, especially in this weather?
I'm on a quest to try and stop this winter. It may sound a little far-fetched, but I have a friend here who decided to accompany me. Your Highness, Fee, meet Aiden.
It is an honor to be at your presence, Your Highness.
The honor is ours, Aiden. Now come, if you don't mind, let's continue the rest of this in the lounge room. The staff will prepare some light snacks.
I must say, the food here is quite exquisite, Your Highness.
Agreed. The last time I've tasted your delicacies was during the grand event years ago.
I'm glad you both enjoyed it. It was made by one of our best skilled chefs in the kingdom.
As well as the best personality.
Ophelia tends to interact with our staff around here, so don't be surprised if she ends up knowing what their middle names are.
Quite typical of her.
So, Calissa, about your quest on this frost, what's your objective?
Well, I plan to stop this frost somehow with some help by entering the Luzelians' territory and figuring out things from there. Since it seems as though they're connected to this frost, perhaps the answers are all within them.
Calissa, you know it isn't easy as that. Yes, the answers may lie within them, but walking head onto their territory is a disagreeable method. In addition to that, their territory is one of the hardest territories to find.
I am aware of the difficulty and the dangers, Your Highness, but I'm sure we'd be able to find it somehow. And I'm willing to take this chance, just so the future generations would be able to live in peace.
No, I agree with Big Sis. You could get killed, Calissa. You shouldn't continue to do this. Even if you don't go, there's still a chance that the future generations would be able to withstand this too.
I appreciate your concern, but you can't prove to me if they can be able to withstand it. For all we know, they might not even last because of the lack of history embedded in them.
So, you're saying that you are willing to risk your own life to save the future generations who lack the knowledge about this frost and give them the freedom to live without knowing what you did? If you so happen to fail, what changes will it bring to the people? You said it yourself. They lack the story of history within themselves, so there is no point in you saving them, Calissa.
If I may, Your Highness, Calissa's objective may not be suitable to you, but as of now, the people are realizing the history repeats itself. They too will soon realize about the curse that started, along with the fact that the occurrence of this frost coming unexpectedly. Given the situation that we're in now, there's a chance that this frost could last forever. For all we know, we could be the last generation standing.
You aren't willing to go down with this, are you?
I'm just as stubborn.
There's something else you both need to know that could help you into stopping this frost. We're not quite sure if this is the case, but you both know that sometimes there could be a second or much more powerful boss, right?
Definitely. I've read a lot of those in some of the books I've read. But what does it have to do with this winter?
Well, since the Luzelians are connected to this winter somehow, it's likely to assume that they are serving someone or something.
But Luzelians don't have a master to serve. They act willingly according to their will.
That's true, but if you think about it, they haven't been acting according to their will, now have they? They'd attack almost any being in their way, when they're meant to be somewhat docile.
So, you're saying that when this frost started, the Luzelians suddenly had a leader they would serve, and this particular leader is controlling them?
Bingo!
But why would they suddenly want to have a leader as soon as the curse started? And why did they want anything to do with this? It doesn't seem to add up.
In this situation, it's more like the leader wants to have them. And I believe the reason to this is so that the people would only believe that their enemies are the Luzelians, forgetting that the curse was started by a wielder.
Oh, and Lazilians can be easily controlled by magic, be it a magic bearer, wielder, or any being that possesses magical abilities. The only thing is, they have to be highly superior and skilled to be able to control these creatures.
If that's the case, then why haven't you tried to dominate over their leader's control with yours? With all due respect, Your Highness.
Well, like I've mentioned, this is nothing more than an assumption. We don't know for sure whether our theory is actually right. And even if it was, we still wouldn't know how powerful the mage on the other end is.
So, if we're not mistaken, a being that possesses magic which is highly superior and skilled is controlling the Luzelians to basically put the blame on them for this frost simply because...
That we haven't figured out just yet. But I'm sure you'll be able to uncover it soon.
So, then all we have to do is take down their so-called leader, then this whole frost will stop?
It's our best bet.
Thank you for giving us this info, Your Highness. We'll make sure to put it to good use.
No, thank you for risking your life to save this world.
Oh, before you both depart, I'd just like to speak to Aiden privately for a bit. Aiden?
Of course, Your Highness.
What do you think she wants him for?
Why? You jealous?
We're not anything like that.
Uh-huh.
Seriously, though, we just met around the forest, and he just decided to come all this way to help me. Though, at times, I feel like his presence gives me a sense of familiarity.
Maybe you guys are soulmates. Perhaps that's why you feel this way. Okay. But if you feel like he's someone familiar, why don't you ask him about it? He might be feeling something similar as well.
Huh. Come to think of it, I've never really asked him why I felt like this. I'll ask him a little later. Now I'll just go and see if Aiden's done so we can head out. Excuse
Aiden,
me.
You do know that just because you are a wielder doesn't mean you can protect the princess from the army of the Luzelians. And given the fact that you're almost exceeding your limit, there's no telling what would happen if you keep using it.
I am aware of this, Your Highness, but I swore to protect her under any cost, even if it cost me my life.
I see. But take this. It's only for a while, so don't overexert yourself.
Understood.
Excuse me for interrupting, but I think we should be going now.
Ah, yes. Come, let me escort you both out. I hope your quest turns out to be a fruitful one.
And don't die, both of you!
We'll try. So, your powers were almost to its limit, huh?
You heard?
It wasn't my intention to, but I did. So, how long were you planning to keep this from me?
I didn't want you to worry about me.
Worry? Of course I would worry. You've been accompanying me and doing all these favors, and you really thought that I wouldn't find out sooner?
Calissa, I didn't want to keep it. It's just that... I'm sorry.
No, I should be the one who's sorry. Almost risking your life? What was I thinking? I think it's better if we go alone and separate from here.
What? Calissa, no.
What is your problem?
Are you alright?
Why do you keep running after me? Can't you see I almost cost you your life? Let me go from here so you don't have to—
I'm not letting you go off on your own just so you can get yourself killed, with my head off at the day of your marriage ceremony.
Well, you were the one who— Wait, I never told you about that wedding plan. How'd you come to know about it when it wasn't— You were sent by my father, weren't you? All this time, I thought you actually wanted to help me. But here you are, following orders. How could I have been such a fool? Guess father was right. I should really stop believing in fanatical sensations.
Cal, you know that's not true.
Do I really? I got myself into this mess, not even knowing what your intentions were. Tell me, Aiden, how can you prove to me that I can trust you when I don't even know whether you're saying the truth right now? For all I know, this could be some kind of plan just to convince me into trusting you again. Can you really tell me everything? I thought so.
Whether you're willing to forgive me or not, I just want to let you know that sometimes people lie and hide to protect the ones they care about. Calissa, look out!
Let me go, you wild beasts!
Calissa! Let her go!
What happened?
Oh, you're finally awake. Say, you aren't hurt anywhere, are you?
If this is your way to show me that you care, forget it.
Please, I'm more worried about my head being cut off than proving myself to you.
I'm fine, just so you're aware. By the way, do you happen to know where
Luzelian's territory. Or, more like their prison.
Gee, at least let me finish.
Says the one who wouldn't let me explain a while earlier.
For the record, I did ask you to explain yourself. And what did you do? Stayed silent, that's what. Well, anyway, I guess this is one way to get here. Now the next thing is...
These bars are sealed with a spell, so whomever the Luzelians capture won't be able to escape even through magic.
What are you, some sort of psychic?
Your thoughts are way more predictable than you think, Princess.
At least I'm actually trying to think of a way to escape, unlike you, who's just sitting here predicting my thoughts.
Well, pardon me for not emphasizing this well, but whatever you think of, I've tried it already. The only way out of here is for someone to free us from the outside. All of the means are impossible.
There better be a good explanation as to why they put me in the same cell as you.
It'll only be a good one if you'd actually be willing to listen.
Then tell me, what's there for you to explain? That you have many other secrets you haven't told me? Or perhaps the fact that all those things you said back there were false and that you truly didn't care about this mission at all?
You really think I would just stand up for you if I didn't care? If I didn't care, then why do you think I'd bring you this far, when I could have easily just brought you back from where you came from, seeing that you were putting yourself in danger?
If that's the case, then why in the world would you decide to hide the secret from me? Did you really think preventing me from worrying was the best plan?
Trust me, Calissa. Having to keep this from you was way harder than you think.
Then, what were you bound to do?
What?
Based on my conclusion, my father sent you to come after me, but it didn't look at all that you were sent to bring me back. So, what were you requested to...
To protect you.
But then, something else doesn't add up. Why did he specifically choose you instead of the guards? Unless...
Yeah, he knew about me being a wielder.
He did? But how?
Well, there was this girl. I've mentioned her before. You know that close friend of mine? She was someone from royalty. Though, through her, I met your father. Of course, since I was a wielder, I'd been taught that royals were our enemy. But she showed me that there was much more to it, and I realized, perhaps, I'd gotten it all wrong.
Do all the magic wielders think the same way?
You can't really blame us if we do. We are descendants of the first, after all.
I guess that makes sense. That girl, she was me, right? So it's true. From the very beginning, I always sensed something familiar. And, to be honest, I wasn't exactly sure if my guess was true, but your reaction proved everything. Plus, you're really predictable yourself when you get caught.
Huh. You really are something.
This pain and memories I've been getting. You were the one who put me under an enchantment, right?
I didn't want to, of course. But it was your father who had ordered me. It was though he wanted to keep you safe in case I might have tried to hurt you with my magic. As you probably heard, I tend to lose control when I overuse it.
Quite typical of my father to do so. So, just to be sure, If you make contact with me or something that triggers one of our actions from before, my memories of you start to come?
Apparently so. I cast it upon you when I was a juvenile, so it's not as discerning as the magic I'm capable of controlling now. If I was a bit older, then perhaps even if we crossed paths, you wouldn't have fragments at all.
I see. But wait, now that you're older, can't you withdraw the enchantment?
It's not that simple. Since I've bound it to you for a lifetime, I can't just take it back. Since I lose control when I overuse my powers, if I were to undo the spell, who knows what'll happen? Besides, the only way to undo a lifetime spell is...
Is?
Never mind. It's not it.
Oh, okay.
You know, meeting you again, I gained a lot of people I lost back, and I'm grateful for that. So, even if you think all of this trouble was because of you, it isn't. You've done a lot of good things without realizing it yourself too, and I truly admire you for that.
I suppose that was all I needed to hear. Thank you, Aiden.
I used to console my sister a lot like this when she was down, so glad to hear I still got the hang of it.
What happened to her?
Her name was Erin, but she went missing 8 years ago and hasn't come back since. My family and I tried looking for her, but she was long gone. A lot assumed she was dead, but I'd like to think not.
I'm sorry you had to deal with all of that. I've never experienced a sibling before, so I can't
It's
really...
alright. You being here is enough to put me at ease. Sorry, I tend to say things without thinking. What's so funny?
It's just, this feels like the first time we met. How you accidentally called me Cal.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I'm glad I got to know at least a little bit about you. And about myself, too. So, what do you think is happening to Vivian? Do you think she's looking for us right now?
Maybe. If she is, she'll be here soon enough.
What was that?
Sounds like an explosion.
Hey, I hope you both didn't forget me.
Vivian?
The one and only. Looks like I'm destined to save both of you now.
Vivian! Look, I'm sorry about before.
No, you were right. I had to swallow my pride and forgive. So, I'm the one who should be sorry.
Did you guys get into a fight or something?
You could say that.
Ah, I see.
Alright, time to get you out of here. There we go.
Well, that looked rather easy.
Yeah. Come to think of it, why didn't you use your wielding skills to break this, Aiden?
Well, I did try, but it drains your powers when you use them against it from the inside.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
I just didn't want you to worry again. It's just a habit of mine. Sorry.
But Luzelians don't possess magic. How in the world would they get this cell to be enchanted?
Well, to summarize it, when we were in the Palace of Alflaria, the Queen and her sister had this theory that these creatures had someone superior with a high rank in magic controlling them to give out orders, as well as to make individuals think they are to blame for this frost. So, my guess is that their leader was the one who chanted these cells.
That's quite the summary. Anyways, let's get out of here, before we get caught.
So, how exactly did you break in here?
Well, I've brought backup.
Whoa. Never seen so many vampires gathered like this. How did you round them all up?
I had some help.
Vivian, I was worried about you. Have you managed to get them?
All in one piece.
I'm glad.
Oh, by the way, have you sensed any powerful aura, like something really strong around the area?
Other than these Lazilians, nothing. Why?
It's someone we have to face to stop this frost.
Wait. You're planning on facing someone powerful? Vian, I just got you back. I'm not risking the chance of you.
I know, but I have to do this. I promised to help the princess.
At least let me come with you.
As much as I'd like that, these vampires need a leader. They need you to give them orders. I know that they would be able to manage themselves, but if things get out of hand, you need to be there. I promise I'll be careful.
You better.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Oh, where's Aiden?
She went to scout for a stronger aura that isn't a Luzelian's. Knowing Luzelians aren't contained with magic, we've deducted that it might be a bearer or a wielder. So, I see you've made amends with that vampire.
Oh, yeah, Xavier was actually the reason I was able to rally up the vampires. He's the king, you know.
You knew him and happened to be a former nemesis with the king of vampires?
Well, he's my brother.
So you were royalty?
Oh, no, not at all. He won a duel against the former king of the vampires. In our land, anyone can be ruler as long as he or she overthrows the former ruler, as it shows a sign of boldness and strength.
Oh, I see. That makes a lot more sense.
I hate to interrupt, but I think I may have sensed their superior.
The faster we finish this, the better. It's awfully strange we were able to follow through without any Luzelians coming at us.
Spoke too soon, princess.
Whoa. They're a lot bigger than the usual Luzelians.
I think they're meant to be as guards, since they seem to be protecting that door.
Well, looks like we need to get past these guys somehow.
We can take them out easily.
Aiden, wait. I'll take care of them. You both should head inside while they're distracted and defeat their leader, so you might need your powers for it.
We'll have to find out for ourselves. But are you sure you can take them out on your own?
Don't worry about me. I'm half-witch too, you know. So you must go as soon as they're distracted.
Got it.
Better see you both alive, alright? Florusio!
Alright, they're distracted. Let's go.
Well, well, well. I'm surprised you both made it this far.
Show yourself, whatever you are.
If that's what you wish. Not what you expected?
Who are you?
I'm nothing but someone who deserves to rule kingdoms, with these creatures willingly fighting by my side.
You manipulated them through your magic. None of this was any of their will.
My, you're a lot more sharp-witted than I thought. Tell me, what is your purpose here?
You'll soon find out after we've defeated you.
And how are you so sure defeating me would stop this frost? Or much more, be able to defeat me? I'm sure you've already uncovered that I'm superior.
Like they say, it's the thought that counts. Just the thought alone could be our chance of defeating you. So take this!
Going aggressive now, are we? Well, two can play that game. I find it farcical that a wielder and a royal like the both of you are fighting together. Although, I'm not surprised.
You're just pretty weak. For someone superior, I expected more.
What did you say?
Aiden, we shouldn't be provoking her.
Don't worry. I just want to see what her intentions are. Trust me, if things go out of hand, I have a plan, alright?
It better be a good one.
I said, you're pretty weak, superior.
I'll make sure you regret saying those words!
Calissa!
It seems you're running out of stamina, wielder. Want to have a break like your princess over there?
The name's Aiden, and keep on dreaming.
Ugh, my head. Aiden!
Tell me who's weak now, Aiden.
You are...
Aiden, wait, no!
I tried to warn you, didn't I? You shouldn't underestimate me.
So, you're one of those types, huh? Too bad your uncontrollable side came from those royals. Still, you can never beat someone like me.
Quit bluffing. Your appearance could just be a mere illusion for all I care. Or not that I care about you at all!
Oh, you will once you've figured out who I truly am. Give me all you've got, Aiden!
Gladly.
Aiden, wait! Stop!
Calissa, what are you doing?
Aiden, you need to get a hold of yourself.
Not now, princess. I need to finish this pest.
You don't understand. I figured out who she is.
I said
She's the first. Aiden!
I tried to give you a chance. You should have just walked away when you could.
Aiden? Aiden! Why did you...
I had to.
No, you didn't. You didn't have to at all.
I swore to protect you even if it means getting my life risked.
No, Aiden, I can't lose you. You can't just leave me just when I've remembered all about you.
Harsh, isn't it? But that's how you royals were to me.
And so this whole thing was just your way of revenge against us royals?
I was misunderstood, mistreated, and did the king do anything about it? No, nothing at all. He was too busy acting like a saint in the eyes of his citizens than caring for the one who was able to bring him to that position. He ended my hope, so I'll begin a harsh and relentless future, starting by finishing you!
You've been replenishing your life source just to see the day when you can get your whole revenge?
Of course, a royal like you wouldn't understand, since you superiors are always blind in who to trust, without even considering a second thought through the process.
Looks like you figured us out, but at least we'd actually take the time to trust people, unlike you who are using your workers as slaves for your own benefit.
Please, it's not like you royals would do anything about it. After all, I am the wielder who caused this frost.
And yet, I'm here.
You know, if you both would have just let this frost be, you wouldn't be facing through this hardship.
I'd rather face it than let the future generations of our kingdom suffer. Besides, it's what you wanted, isn't it? To make us royals suffer too?
Of course it is. You're just getting in my way of manifesting justice. What more could you possibly have to vouch for? It's a suicide mission from here on out, Princess. There's nothing you can do.
You never wanted to kill us royals.
What are you?
You can't kill us. It is forbidden in your power to do so. That's why you didn't finish me off when you were fighting Aiden.
No, you're wrong. I could finish you anytime this instant.
Then why didn't you execute the king? Clearly, you had all the power to execute him, yet you didn't, but created this curse instead.
I had my reasons.
No, you knew you couldn't kill us royals because it's in your blood to be unable to demolish us. That's why you put a curse instead, because suffering was the closest thing to execution. Am I right, Consort Alicia?
No, this can't end like this. What are you doing? Don't you...
You just wanted to be accepted, to be favored by those worthy of your trust. Surprisingly enough, even as a royal, I can understand how you feel. I've dealt with it, especially with my father.
You did?
Definitely.
My goal was to always be able to please people in whatever way I can, to be favored in their eyes. But when the incident happened with the king, I cursed the kingdoms with this frost, and I focused more about revenge than trying to justify myself.
If the king had known that wielders were unable to raise a hand against royals, he wouldn't have been deceived. And even if I were to fight you, it wouldn't make me any lesser than the first king. We all make mistakes, but it's how we learn.
I'm glad I was able to start a meaningful future. Thank you, Calissa.
It's time you had your rest.
Aiden! Oh, please, no. Tell me that you're alive, please. Aiden!
Looks like you are the savior of us all.
Seems like it. Oh, your wound. Are you alright?
It's healing. Since Consort Elise has been defeated, all the magic is beginning to drain, including the curse of this frost. Never thought I'd be going against my great-grandmother, fighting her like I did. At least she's put to rest now. So, I'm assuming you remember me now, don't you?
Every single fragment. To think I'd call you a Freydin since you'd get startled by small things easily.
Oh, that dreadful name.
I'm glad you're back.
Me too.
Aiden! Princess! Are you guys alright?
Pretty much. And you? You look drained.
I'm alright, don't worry. It took some time to conquer our rivals here and there, but it worked out. I'm assuming you guys did it?
No, she did.
I couldn't take all the credit. But at least now our future generations won't have to suffer.
I've been looking for answers, something more.